My treasure hunting luck, and to be fair, skill, isn't exactly top-notch. Still learning the ins and outs and the distances and the tricks along the way and all that. And thanks to some of your comments and giving me tips along the way, hopefully we can get a little bit better. Hey there, John Henry here, ssftg. Welcome to the video. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome my friend. I hope to earn your like and subscription today. The last few times we went treasure hunting, it was a net loss, technically speaking. I'll post a recording of that in the corner for you, so you can see my trip on the struggle bus to find my chests. But the loss wasn't really that bad. In fact, I think the loss ended up being less than 100 upics in the end. So that said, I want to get better at this, and I want to get some monster chests and some spark chests and all of that, and of course take you along with me. And real quick, before we jump into the video too, I wanted to take a look at a screenshot. Thank you, Minaj Nasir, for posting this one. Really, really love it. 4525 Oak Street in Kansas. There's a glitch. You can't search it by the address. I had to use Google Maps and find it that way. But it's Nelson Atkin. And then you'll find this amazing art museum, and only of its type of street view. You can visit 3 floors in the room, huh? Okay, let's take a look here. We'll go to... Whoa, no way, you can actually go through here? Oh, this is cool. Hang on, what's over here? No way. Okay, you can't go in the room, but how neat. Look at this place, man. This must be like the dining hall area or something like that. What about over here? Let's go over here. This is cool. You can see, oh, you can go in. You can see the different lighting. You've got the lions. There's the wow. This is so cool. I literally can't help myself. I'm jumping all over the place in here. This is so awesome to be able to just jump around in here and see all these different exhibits. This is so cool. Thank you for posting this. Awesome. One of the first tips that I got was to start in the middle of the map. It gives you a better orientation, which definitely makes sense. And I also found out that the arrows don't point directly at the chest. Actually, they operate with the north, south, east, west, and the corners, which basically means that if you were looking at you in the middle, the arrow could be pointing here, north, south, east, west, all of the normal, but it could also be pointing through one of these angles. Now, remember, this is kind of a cone, because if the treasure chest is, let's say, 100 meters this way, it could be here, it could be here, wherever 100 meters ends up lining up within this distance, it's somewhere inside of there. And that's kind of the way that it operates, which is good to know in terms of trying to find them. Don't point directly at them, because the arrow isn't either. So let's try to gauge some distances first so we can kind of have a better idea as to what to expect before we navigate to the middle. And also, we need to double check our sends to make sure that we have enough of those, since most of mine are usually found in, 5 to 6 sends. I would like to get that down to like 3 to 5 instead. So let's get cracking. First off, the distances in Upland aren't clearly specified. I zoomed in, and you will see this too. When you zoom in close enough, you'll start seeing this grid line. And I hunted everywhere to try to figure out the distance of each one of these stupid little squares, and I couldn't find it to save my life. So after using Google Earth, I narrowed down and measured my 3 Venice Beach apartments, which is this, and this, or houses, or whatever they are, and measuring from the middle one to the end, and you can see that yellow line right there, that's about 100 meters. So that gives us a really nice starting point in terms of distances to figure out where we're at, because if I take a line from the middle of my property to the middle of the end of the street, that's about 100 meters, and that gives us, again, a visual representation of about that distance. Now, treasure chests can be a lot of different distances, less than 50 meters away, 50 to 200 meters, 200 to 500, 500 to 1,000, and then they start getting really far out there beyond almost 10 kilometers. 1 to 3 and 3 to 10 are the other two. So as far as distances are concerned, knowing where the 100-meter mark, the 50-meter mark, and all of that is useful, I know that generally speaking, this is about the visual distance of about, give or take, around 100 meters. If I have a house that's, 200 meters away, and then I just double that line. It's always good to know, generally speaking, about what 100 meters is, because then from there, the math gets a bit easier. So with that information, we can generally figure out how far each cone is going to go as far as where the treasure chest will be, and the closer we get, the tighter the cone is, so it hones in on it. Don't forget too, we can also get clues by clicking on the properties that are near us. We don't have to click on the property that we sent to, we can click a couple properties away, and that will help us refine where the direction is. Another tip that I got was to make sure that you do the authentication before you start your treasure hunting so we don't have to deal with that, which is what I'm doing now. So let's navigate to a property that has a send on it, and that way we can double check our sends. I had 11 before I navigated here, so this should just top me back up to 11. And now I am smack in the middle of the map, and this is about as perfect of a spot as we can ask for in terms of kicking the treasure off. So let's jump in a little bit closer. Narrow in a little bit here, hit the treasure button, and let's get cracking here. So first off, let's spawn our free chest. Yep, let's confirm that, and let's get in a little bit closer here. So first off, as far as the treasure is concerned, we can see that the direction of this is, ooh boy, about 3 to 10 kilometers to the north, but anywhere, somewhere to the north. So we're just going to have to take a shot in the dark. Let's go over here. That's about still within that quadrant, and that's a pretty good distance away, and it'll be free. So let's go over here. Zoom in a little bit closer here and see if this can narrow us in a bit better. Okay, so it looks like we overshot it a little bit. This is about 3 to 10 kilometers southeast. So again, it's a cone. 3 to 10 kilometers southeast is going to be anywhere in here. Right now, 3 to 10 kilometers as far as distance goes. I mean, we've got some properties here that we might be able to work with, but it said that I had to go north. So instead, let's go a little bit further. How about here, Willard Street? This will be our first paid send. Of course, there's none here, but let's go over here. That's a 50 UPX send. Sure. Let's give that a shot and see if that puts us a little bit closer. We'll take a look at it. All right, now as far as the treasure goes, we are 1 to 3 kilometers away. We're getting a little bit closer. Still southeast, 1 to 3 kilometers away to the southeast. Let's go... It might be down here, but let's try North Hollywood. Let's try North Hollywood right around here. This is a 50 UPX send. Fine, I'll accept that. See if that puts us a little bit closer. Okay, there we go. So now we're starting to get 500 meters to 1 kilometer. And that's southwest. So we're refining a little bit further. Let me go over here. Maybe I can jump over to one of my properties. It might be a little bit too far, but it'll give me an idea as to where it is. How much time do we have left? We've got 3 minutes left. We've got plenty of time. All right, now it's straight east, but remember, it's a cone. It's east 500 meters to 1 kilometer. So 500 meters to 1 kilometer. East could be this one. Let's use this one on the corner to further refine where it's at. All right, there we go. So now we are 200 to 500 meters. All right, 200 to 500 meters. Let's go. How about here? Let my guy get there. Ooh, overshot it. Now, this is where we can use that trick. We'll go over here. I'll click on the next one over. It's helping me refine the direction, right? So this one actually might be the one that we're looking for. Let's go over here. It's not here? Where is it? Ah, I was going to say, I've got to have it. All right, beautiful. Let's claim the chest. Close that out and claim the chest. Something more than minimum. Come on, something more than minimum, please. We got our first chest. We did it in a pretty good way. I got the minimum again. Seems like the game can't help but give me the minimums, but let's see where our sends are at. So if I go here, I've got 7 sends left, and that should give us plenty to find the next one. That means that from 11, that didn't take too bad. That wasn't too terrible. All right, after reviewing some of the math, we got a profit. Woo! Not that much, really. Ended up spending about $225 to $235, and we got about $230 out of it. So if there was a profit, it's not going to be by much. But we're getting better, and that's the big part here that we're trying to do. All right, I feel like this was a great learning experience again for treasure hunting. Knowing the distances and generally how far they are definitely helps. This time around, we were finally able to turn a profit, which is always cool. It may not be a whole lot, but hey, a profit is a profit, and that means that it's not a negative like the last. Well, this is actually my first profitable treasure hunt, so all of the other ones have been losses, which definitely means that we're getting better. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, or an awesome street view that you'd like to have featured in the next video, drop them in the comments below. I always love hearing from you all. Until the next one, happy treasure hunting out there, and thanks for watching.